this was early on when I was more consulting than running a company. I was talking to a few people, and one guy was like, I was more of in the starting entrepreneurship phase, and I had clients like that. And the guy was like, "Oh, if you help me make 100K, I'll hire you right now." I'm like, "Oh, I should probably make them the name of my program." So one of my programs was 100K pipeline, and it was all about. I sold a few, and it was all because of one insight,
Mhm.
because of a customer. Turns out I hated that program, and I cut my clients because I did not want to be in that space. But it's really interesting how a combination of research
Mhm.
and talking to people internally or externally, you do that, and it marinates, and something clicks. You can't always force it, but you can be proactive about
Mhm.
doing those individual things and waiting for quote unquote inspiration.
Mhm. Yeah, it also helps you really tell the stories too. It's like the best way to get people on your same page is with a story and communicating, because then you can pull in your salesperson to say, "Oh yeah, like this is like the person we sold to at GM, and can you tell me about that conversation, or can you like share with the group the conversation you had with that person, like what they
Mhm.
cared about, how it was similar to this persona, how it may have been different than this kind of like idealized, you know, homogenized person I have here on the slide. How can you tell me like how it might be different?" And really, that's where people learn the most important aspects, which is like, yeah, I need to know what's important about this persona, but I also need to hear how it's actually in real life and then how it changes. So,
Mhm.
like, at a certain industry, this persona might have a slightly different job title. Like, healthcare is one where the job titles make absolutely no sense when compared to like retail. You have like systems analysts, and they're a person who's like literally doing billing and codes for insurance versus a systems analyst in software. And that's somebody who's like, actually analyzing the
Yeah.
system and doing stuff. So it's just funny because that's where you really like learn what matters.